Before we dive in, if you are serious about transforming your mindset and learning how to think like a winner, make sure you subscribe to this channel right now, because what you are about to hear will change the way you approach challenges, opportunities, and life itself. Now listen carefully. Winners think differently because they refuse to settle for mediocrity. They see obstacles not as barriers but as opportunities to grow, to innovate, and to prove themselves. While most people focus on problems, winners focus on solutions. While most people give up at the first sign of difficulty, winners persist with unwavering determination, understanding that every challenge is a chance to strengthen their character. Winners do not rely on luck or talent alone. They take full responsibility for their lives, their decisions, and their results. They think long-term, understanding that success is not an overnight event, but the product of consistent effort, smart decisions, and relentless focus. Their mindset is built on growth. They embrace failure as a teacher, setbacks as guides, and criticism as fuel to improve. Winners do not fear risk. They calculate it, learn from it, and use it to their advantage. They do not compare themselves to others. They compete only with their past selves, striving to be better today than they were yesterday. Winners think in terms of possibilities, not limitations. They train their minds to see opportunity where others see impossibility. They cultivate resilience, patience, and mental toughness, because they know the path to greatness is never smooth or easy. Their focus is unwavering, their habits are disciplined, their vision is clear. Winners surround themselves with positive influences, mentors, and those who elevate their thinking. They understand that your environment shapes your mindset, and they intentionally build one that inspires growth, creativity, and action. They do not chase comfort, they embrace discomfort because they know it is in challenging situations that character is forged. Winners also think in terms of solutions, not excuses. They refuse to blame circumstances, luck, or others for their lack of progress. They understand that every setback carries a lesson, and that every failure is a stepping stone toward mastery. Their thinking is strategic. They plan, execute, adapt, and relentlessly pursue improvement. Winners see the big picture, but they master the small steps, the daily disciplines, the routines that compound into extraordinary results. They act when others hesitate, they persist when others quit, and they remain patient when immediate results are not visible. Winners think differently because they operate with a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity. They believe opportunities are everywhere, and that their effort and mindset determine their outcome. They embrace responsibility, reject excuses, and consistently push beyond the limits of fear, doubt, and distraction. And the most important thing, winners understand that thinking differently is not enough. They pair it with action. Your mindset sets the direction, but your actions determine the destination. So, if you want to start thinking like a winner, begin by controlling your thoughts, eliminating negativity, focusing on solutions, and taking relentless action towards your goals. Every decision you make, every habit you form, every challenge you face is an opportunity to think bigger, act bolder, and move closer to the life you deserve. And if this message has sparked even a single moment of clarity or determination in you, make sure you subscribe to this channel now so you can continue developing the mindset, habits, and strategies that allow you to think differently, act decisively, and become unstoppable. Winners are not born. They are made by the way they think, the choices they make, and their refusal to ever settle for less than their full potential. Start thinking differently today and watch how your life transforms, because winners do not wait for opportunity. They create it, they seize it, and they never quit until they achieve greatness. Before we continue, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to this channel, because the difference between ordinary people and winners is built every day in the way you think, the choices you make, and the habits you form. And this series will teach you exactly how to develop that winning mindset. Now listen closely. Winners think differently because they embrace responsibility like no one else. They never blame circumstances, other people, or luck for their results. Instead, they take full ownership of every decision, every action, and every outcome. Winners understand that their mindset is their most valuable asset, and they guard it carefully, refusing to let negativity, doubt, or fear dictate their path. While most people let emotions control their decisions, winners use emotions as signals. They acknowledge them, learn from them, and move forward anyway. Winners also think long-term. They are patient with the process, knowing that meaningful results rarely happen overnight. They invest consistently in their skills, their knowledge, and their relationships, understanding that compounding effort is what turns small actions into extraordinary achievements. Another way winners think differently is that they embrace challenges rather than avoiding them. Where most people see problems, winners see opportunities to learn, grow, and demonstrate resilience. They understand that comfort does not build champions, but discomfort, pressure, and adversity do. They are willing to do what others will not, to endure what others avoid, and to persist when others quit. Winners also control their focus. They are masters of attention, directing their energy toward actions that align with their goals and ignoring distractions that waste time and drain energy. They understand that where focus goes, energy flows, and they ensure their focus is always on progress, solutions, and possibilities. Moreover, winners cultivate a mindset of abundance. They believe that opportunity is everywhere and that effort, creativity, and persistence can unlock doors that others assume are closed. They do not compete in scarcity thinking. They compete in growth thinking. Winners think in terms of possibilities, not limitations. They envision what could be, not what is, and they act boldly to turn that vision into reality. Importantly, winners are relentless learners. They seek feedback, embrace criticism, and constantly refine their strategies. They know that talent alone will never be enough. Only discipline, learning, adaptation, and continuous improvement separate winners from the crowd. Finally, winners pair their thinking with action. Thinking differently is not enough. It must be applied consistently. They take deliberate, intentional steps every day toward their goals. They do not wait for inspiration. They create it through effort. They do not rely on motivation. They rely on discipline, and they never let temporary failure, fear, or doubt derail them from the pursuit of excellence. If this message resonates with you, let it ignite a commitment within yourself to think differently, act differently, and refuse to settle for average. And make sure you subscribe to this channel now so you can continue training your mind, building winning habits, and developing the perspective that allows you to rise above mediocrity and achieve extraordinary success. Winners are not born. They are shaped by the way they see the world, the decisions they make under pressure, and their unwavering commitment to thinking, acting, and persisting differently than everyone else. Before we continue, if you are ready to fully transform your mindset and learn how to think like a winner every single day, make sure you subscribe to this channel now, because understanding how winners think is one thing, but applying it consistently is what separates ordinary people from extraordinary achievers. Now listen carefully. Winners think differently because they treat every setback, failure, or criticism as an opportunity rather than a threat. Where most people see disappointment and quit, winners see lessons and adapt. They know that failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of the process, an essential stepping stone toward mastery. Winners also anticipate challenges before they happen, planning, preparing, and visualizing solutions in advance, so when obstacles appear, they respond with calm confidence instead of panic or frustration. They focus on what they can control, not what they cannot, and they use their energy to act strategically rather than react emotionally. Another key difference is that winners think in terms of solutions, not excuses. Excuses are the language of mediocrity. Winners speak the language of action, responsibility, and creativity. They continuously ask themselves, what can I do right now to improve, to grow, to move closer to my goal? Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Winners also practice extreme self-discipline and mental toughness. They do what needs to be done even when they do not feel like it. They cultivate habits that reinforce their goals, from daily learning to physical fitness, from disciplined work schedules to intentional networking. They understand that winners are made in the small, consistent actions that compound over time, and they focus on the process instead of obsessing over instant results. Moreover, winners surround themselves with environments and people that elevate them rather than distract or diminish them. They avoid negativity, pessimism, and those who encourage complacency, instead seeking mentors, peers, and influences that push them toward growth. They think strategically, always seeking leverage, efficiency, and smarter ways to achieve results without sacrificing their standards. Winners are also relentless innovators in their thinking. They refuse to be trapped by conventional wisdom, limiting beliefs, or fear of judgment. They explore new ideas, take calculated risks, and adapt to changing circumstances because they know the world rewards creativity and flexibility, not rigid thinking. And most importantly, winners maintain unwavering belief in themselves, even when the world doubts them. They do not wait for validation. They create their own certainty through preparation, effort, and experience. Every action reinforces their confidence, every challenge strengthens their resolve, and every success, no matter how small, validates their approach. And if this message inspires even a spark of determination, make sure you subscribe to this channel now so you can continue developing the habits, mindset, and perspective that winners use every day to achieve extraordinary results. Remember, winners are not defined by talent, luck, or circumstance. They are defined by the way they think, the actions they take, and the relentless commitment to improving themselves in their circumstances when others quit or settle for average. Start thinking differently today, act differently today, and your results will eventually reflect the mindset of a true winner. Before we conclude, if you are serious about transforming your mindset and taking consistent action to think, act, and succeed like a winner, make sure you subscribe to this channel now, because the strategies you're about to hear will help you adopt the habits, mental focus, and perspective that separate champions from everyone else. Now listen carefully. Winners think differently because they combine vision with action, discipline with creativity, and patience with urgency. They do not wait for the perfect moment. They create it. They do not hope for opportunities. They make them. Their thinking is proactive, not reactive, because they understand that life rewards those who anticipate challenges, seize chances, and stay focused on the long-term goal. Winners also maintain an unwavering belief in their potential while staying humble enough to learn constantly. They embrace criticism, study feedback, and adjust their approach without losing confidence. They understand that thinking like a winner is not about arrogance or entitlement. It is about clarity, focus, and relentless self-improvement. Winners cultivate resilience by controlling their mindset in the face of adversity. They maintain composure when others panic, persistence when others quit, and creativity when others see limits. They train themselves to see opportunities in obstacles, lessons in failures, and progress in small wins. Winners also act consistently. Thinking differently alone is not enough. Action reinforces mindset. Daily habits such as focused learning, disciplined work, goal setting, and reflective evaluation create the compounding effect that turns ordinary effort into extraordinary results. They understand that every choice, every routine, every thought matters and contributes to their ultimate success. Furthermore, winners surround themselves with people, environments, and influences that elevate them, not distract them, because they know that external input shapes internal thinking. They read, they listen, they collaborate, and they absorb strategies from those who have already achieved what they aspire to achieve. And above all, winners think beyond themselves. They focus not only on personal gain, but on contribution, legacy, and impact. This mindset pushes them to innovate, take calculated risks, and pursue excellence relentlessly. If you truly want to adopt the mindset of a winner, start today by controlling your thoughts, aligning your actions with your goals, embracing challenges as growth opportunities, and refusing to settle for mediocrity. Remember, winners are not born. They are made by the decisions they make every day, by the persistence they practice, and by the way they approach life differently than the crowd. And if this series has inspired even a single spark of determination, make sure you subscribe to this channel now so you can continue learning, growing, and developing the mindset, habits, and strategies that allow winners to consistently outperform, outlast, and outthink the rest. Start thinking differently today, act relentlessly, and watch your life transform, because winners do not wait for success. They create it, they earn it, and they never ever quit.